The Slave Master's Lesson. Long ago, in a land filled with wide fields and tall palm trees, there lived a man named Master Olaiya. He was rich and proud. His house was large, with painted walls and wide doors, and he had many slaves who worked in his farm and home. Every morning, the slaves would rise before the sun, sweep the yard, fetch water, and tend to the fields. Master Olaiya would sit on his wooden chair, eating roasted yam and palm oil while giving orders. He thought himself wise, but he had never walked in the sun, never carried water, and never planted a seed with his own hands. One of the slaves was a young man named Akin. Unlike the others, Akin was quick with words and sharp with ideas. Even though he was a slave, he never lost his smile. When others complained, Akin would tell little jokes, or sing songs that made work lighter. One day, Master Olaiya gathered all the slaves and said, "Listen. I am planning a great feast. Guests from far and near will come. I want the farm to look fine, the animals fat, and the house shining like the moon. If you all do well, I will reward you." The slaves nodded, though their bodies were already tired. They worked from morning to night, polishing, scrubbing, planting, and cooking. Akin, as usual, made everyone laugh while working. He would say, "Oh, if Master Olaiya eats all this yam alone, he will roll like a big drum." The others would laugh quietly, careful not to let the master hear. When the day of the feast came, everything was ready. The yard was swept, the farm was green, and the pots were full of hot stew and pounded yam. Guests came with fine clothes and shiny shoes. They praised Master Olaiya for his wealth. But something happened that no one expected. As Master Olaiya walked proudly into the yard to greet his guests, he slipped on the smooth stone at the entrance. He fell flat on the ground, his fine clothes stained with dust. The guests gasped. Some covered their mouths, hiding their laughter. Embarrassed, the master shouted, "Who left this stone here? Which of you slaves will I punish for this shame?" But before he could continue, Akin stepped forward. He bowed low and said, "Master, it is not the stone that is guilty. The stone has always been there. Perhaps the ground only wished to remind you that even the rich must sometimes touch the dust." The guests laughed softly, not at the master but at Akin's clever words. Even Master Olaiya paused. His anger melted, and for the first time, he truly looked at his slaves. Their backs were bent from work, their hands rough, but their eyes bright with life. That night, when the guests had eaten and gone, Master Olaiya sat alone. He thought about Akin's words. He remembered how he had never lifted a hoe, never fetched water, never carried a basket. He realized that without his slaves, his wealth was nothing but an empty shell. The next morning, instead of sitting on his wooden chair, Master Olaiya surprised everyone. He picked up a hoe and walked to the field. The slaves stared, whispering to each other. "Master, are you truly going to work with us?" one asked. "Yes," he said. "For many years, I thought I was better than you. But the ground reminded me yesterday that we all stand on the same earth. From today, I will walk beside you, not just above you." The slave smiled. Akin sang a new song that morning, one that made even the master laugh. Work became lighter, and the farm grew more fruitful than ever before. Master Olaiya found that his back grew stronger, his heart kinder, and his house happier. Years later, people no longer called him the harsh slave master. They called him the wise elder, for he treated others with respect. He was remembered not for his wealth, but for the lesson he learned. A man is not measured by how many people work for him, but by how kindly he walks with them. Sparkles moral, pride makes a person blind, but humility opens the eyes. True greatness is not in ruling over others, but in serving alongside them.